thank you very much for picking up this grab and go rainbow fizz kit. Now, I kind of mashed up a couple different videos. Your kit will have a bit of a different start, but then it works just the same as the rental kit. All right, here we go. Your kit comes with some parts and pieces. This is the baking soda. These are our liquid watercolors and pipettes. You really only need 3. There's just an extra one because you never know when you need an extra one. For this process to work, we are going to need some vinegar. Now, I've got a mega vinegar item here. You don't have to have this 2-pack from Costco. You should just be able to pick it up at the grocery store. I believe there are even some smaller containers available. You'll notice I didn't fill the baby food jar all the way. Depending on the size of your container, you just really don't need all that much for this particular project. Now we'll need to add some of this liquid watercolor. The blue is very potent, so you aren't going to need very many drops of it. The yellow and the red are gonna need some more. These caps are a bit tricky, so I'm gonna suggest a grown-up does this part. Kind of just slide. You'll notice I'm sliding my thumb up so that it opens up nicely, or mostly nicely. Got a little bit on me. It's washable. It might take a couple of hand washings to take care of it, but we're all supposed to be washing our hands a lot anyhow right now. I'm gonna take out my pipette. I'm gonna pick up some of this liquid. You really don't need much. I'm gonna start with 3 drops and put the rest of it back in for another day. Now, if you have a bigger container, like I use these plastic containers that are pre-filled with the vinegar, and then I've added just the right amount of the liquid watercolor. So you don't need it to be too dark. It's obviously a lot lighter than the super concentrated liquid watercolor, just so you kind of get a feel. It can be even lighter. Your artist is gonna be very excited either which way. All there is to do is to continue with these 2. Gonna be our bag of baking soda. This is our base in the project, and we're going to add it into the little squares. So it's gonna be hiding in the container. Now, you might want some adult help in this. If you think you've got it sorted out, then give it a try. I'm using a handy dandy heart spoon, but any spoon will work. I'm sure you've got something that will work just as cool at home. Now you'll notice I am kind of like a train going down each line and filling it up with a bit of the baking soda. You're gonna need about 2 scoops of this to get through all the crevices. I have added a little bit of the baking soda into each little square. Some of them have less, some of them have more, some of them are chunky, some of them are overflowing. All these things are a-okay. And then over here is where I've got the vinegar, and when the vinegar gets added to the baking soda, the magic happens. Now, I'm not gonna show you that part because I want you to see it for yourself, but a pipette. So let's learn about a pipette. This is a pipette. You squeeze the top portion. You saw those bubbles in there maybe. When you release, when you let go, like entirely, for the littles, when you release entirely, it kind of just helps get the concept going. It fills up into the tube and it stays there. You can kind of see that tiny little drop maybe at the end. And then when you squeeze again, it is released. A lot or a little. Something that's kind of fun to do with pipettes is see how high you can get it up the tube. You, of course, would be putting this color into maybe a specific spot. Maybe you want to try and make a rainbow. That one's a fun one where we've got like red, orange. How do you make orange? You add a little bit of yellow with a little bit of red. You get orange for the next layer. Yellow, green, blue, and purple, which is really awesome for color mixing. and practicing making your secondary colors, or willy-nilly everywhere. And then once you have kind of all the colors filled up inside your tray and you're pretty satisfied with what you've got, maybe you want to start over entirely, which means you can, I usually suggest pouring it away from you, but you can tip it out into this handy tray that I'm going to give you. There usually won't be enough ingredients in here to overflow the tray, so you just be able to dump it out and actually add the vinegar back in. More often than not, there's enough baking soda in here to still keep the science project going. If you feel like you want to add some more, that's okay too. This is your fun science experiment. Thanks for experimenting, and hopefully you try this over and over again.